Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show. Welcome to another episode of 30 Inks 30 Days. How is everyone doing today? Are you having a nice day? I hope you're having a nice day wherever you are in the world. Today we're looking at a tealish, bluish ink from the Birmingham Pen Company Hydrothermal Spring. It's a nice, beautiful teal color. Ink swatch water resistance test shows might not want to use this on the outside of an envelope for fear it may wash away. Here is our toilet paper chromatography. I don't see any funny colors coming out, just teal. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's do some paper review, shall we? Today's pen, we'll be using the TWSBI Go with one of their super broad nibs. They're not called super broad nibs, but the TWSBI Go was famous for a very short period of time of having very broad nibs for whatever reason. I wish that they would have kept them because they are really nice to have and they're really smooth. Okay, here we go. Let's do some paper review, shall we? Pen and Gear Memo book from Walmart.com. Minimal amount of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Lightweight Traveler's Notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Super lightweight Traveler's Notebook paper. Beautiful shading, tiniest bit of sheen. A little trouble grabbing the page, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Moleskine 70 GSM. Feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Field Notes Journal. A little bit of shading, a little bit of bleeding. Fabriano EcoQua 85 GSM. A little bit of sheen, a little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Cult Pens 120 GSM notebook paper. Hello, Bumblebee. How are you doing today? Happy Taco Tuesday. Little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Idea notebook. A little bit of shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of heavy ghosting. I had a Nando's. Oh man. So there's this couple that I watch. They're Zoe Sugg and Alfie Days. I don't know if you know them, but they live in the south of England. They live in what is it called? It's called it's near the Isle of Wight. I have a friend that lives in, oh God, what is it called? It's like a sea town. Can't find it. Not Southampton, not Portsmouth. Oh my God, I can't remember what it's called. I know is that they have a burnt pier down there. Brighton. That's what it's called, Brighton. They live in Brighton, yes. It's such a cute, quaint little town. Oh, I want to live there. The CB word, you sausage. A CB word. Alright. This is 68 GSM Tumbleway River. Beautiful shading. Tiniest bit of sheen. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. It's the gay couple of England. Pride Week. Oh, nice. Was a C name. A C word? The C word? Cunt? I'm not afraid to say it. This is Midori MD paper. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oh, it's so freaking warm in here. Okay, this is the Eco Jot. A little bit of feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. No, you said the town was a C name. No, I don't think I said that. I think I said that I had a friend that lived there. I have a friend that lives on the Isle of Wight. And I have a friend that lives in Boscombe? Boscombe? I also have a friend that lives in Southampton. I have a friend that lives in Glenarvan, Carnarvon. And I have a friend that lives in, I don't know what city this is. Oh, Colt Pens. That's in Millennium Place. Business Park. Tiverton. I love Colt Pens. I also have a friend, oh, she lives in Glenarvan, Carnarvon. And you live in Sheffield. I have a friend that lives somewhere north of you. No, I don't. I also have a friend that lives in Belgium. And I have a friend that lives in Berlin. I have to make sure and spell those words correctly when I put them because they're very similar. Bascom. Thank you. Alright, this is Office Depot. Office Max. Feather like a chicken, but to the page. I have to hurry because I'm starving. Cosmo Airlight 75 GSM. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. The Journal from the Dollar Tree. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. The end. Alright. Austrian greens all over the world. Handels Campagine. A little bit of feathering. A little bit of shading. A little bit of bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. Clairefontaine. 90 GSM. Beautiful shading. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding. A little bit of ghosting. Ayush, 100 GSM notebook paper. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This ink kind of reminds me of Emerald de Chivor, but without the shimmer. We will see how close I am. This is Marmon, Mossinate, 80 GSM dot grid. A little bit of shading. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of ghosting, a little bit of bleeding. This is more of a teal color. Let's see. Can I show you a turquoise? This lid is more of a turquoise. This hydrothermal spring is more of a teal. Come to think of it, it is the same colors, but this is in a swatch. And this green with envy is closer than the curiosity. This is Oxford optic paper. A little bit of shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Hi Obs, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Hi Ben, hi Ben. This is Exceed 100 GSM notebook paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of shading, a little bit of trouble grabbing the page. Park. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Can't stop yawning. Maybe that's what it needed. Who knows? Archer and Olive, 160 GSM notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. I'm very yawny today. I've yawned like 4 times already. And you know how I feel about yawning. It's a waste of time. I hate yawning, belching, farting, all of the things that could be used to do so many better things than. This is New Eco. There's a little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I very much dislike wasting time. It's not my favorite pastime. Pen and Gear Pen and Gear Poly composition book. Look at that beautiful shading. One little tiny feather, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Ooh, maybe one little bit of bleed through. I don't know a second that deadly can be funny. A silent deadly can be funny. Yeah, well, it's not so funny when you're being scatterbombed in a store. Alright, this is Up and Up, wide ruled composition book from Target.com. Beautiful shading, no feathering, a little bit of bleeding. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I'm going to give myself a dead leg, pardon me. I have to interrupt the process. Alright, this is True Red composition book from Staples.com. Boy, feather like a chicken, bled to the page. Sometimes, if you're yawning too much, It can be a sign of a brain aneurysm. It can be a sign that your vagus nerve is being tickled, and in order to interrupt the process, if you give yourself a dead leg, it will stop. CD15 Apica, 81.4 GSM notebook paper. Thought there'd be more sheen. Tiny bits of sheen. Nice shading. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Barely any ghosting. Milky colored drawing paper from Daiso. There it is. There's the sheen. Don't notice my fat finger swipe. No bleeding, no ghosting. View Corona 52 GSM notebook paper. Just around, this has what I like to call haloing. You can see the red around the edges of the letters. It's got some beautiful haloing. No feathering, no bleeding, lots of ghosting though. The Nanami 7C is 68 GSM Tamaway River. More haloing. Beautiful shading, no feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Pelican notebook paper. It's got a little bit of feathering, a little bit of shading. Don't see any sheen, no bleeding, no ghosting. Smoky colored drawing paper from Daiso. All these letters, look at that. They've got a little bit of haloing. Oh, it's beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. Uh-oh. A little bit of haloing. A little bit of shading. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Alright, this is Oxford notebook paper. Beautiful haloing. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting though. Mead 5-star notebook paper. Very flat, a little bit of shading, feathered like a chicken, bled to the page. This is Pen & Gear heavyweight notebook paper. Beautiful. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. HP Premium 32-pound copy paper. Something's off. There. Beautiful. A little bit of feathering. A little bit of shading. No sheen. Little bits of bleed through. A little bit of ghosting. JNB Copperplate Graph Pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. No shading, no sheen, bled to the page. Wow. Original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. No sheen, barely any shading. Nope, it is feathering, and it did bleed through the page. Rhodia dot pad. I don't see any sheen. Barely any shading. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Just for giggles, Vintage Mead. A little bit of shading, feathered like a chicken. Bled to the page. Okay. Let's do a comparison panel. Let's see where this ink lies. I think, I don't know, it might be teal. It might be. Don't you fall, I'll be very cross. My books are always trying to fall down on the floor. Let's see if it's anywhere in the green department. And then we will try the teal department. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is Birmingham Hydrothermal Spring. Let's see if we have any lookalikes. Hold a light on this subject. Perfect. This is green with curiosity. Okay. This Bantayan turquoise is about as turquoise as green gets. As you see, it's not green. Definitely not green. Okay, let's take a look at the teal department. Alright, now we're getting in the ballpark. Ooh, this diamine Schubert is getting kind of close. KWZ Iron Gall Turquoise is slightly. Atlantic Blue is slightly. Iced Cookie is slightly. See, this is exactly what I was thinking. Emerald de Chivor. This is almost exactly the same, except for Emerald de Chivor has gold shimmer. Map of Mars is close. Pilot Aroshizuku Sierra is close. Wearing Gold 13 Children is getting kind of close. Diamond Teal is getting kind of close. I must sneeze. Yule Titan, no. Aurora Borealis is getting kind of close. California is getting kind of close. Even Gravity Wave's getting kind of close. Bluegrass Velvet is a bit light. those are all of the teals. Now, when I think of turquoise, this is turquoise. You see, these are too blue. Or in the light blue turquoise-ish. But they are definitely light blue. Okay, well, what did you guys think about today's ink? You guys thinking thoughts about getting this ink? Do you have this ink? What do you think about this ink? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I am going to have Taco Tuesday and go get my pills. So, that's all I've got for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all, so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. Don't forget to check out the links in the doobly-doo, and I will be back very soon with another video. So take care until then. Okay, love you, bye. Have a great day. Oh, there goes my Taco Tuesday alarm. Bye.